morning, Azeroth. Broadcasting live from the trade district of Stormwind.
Hey, who rerouted arcane relay through the coffee pot again?
Coffee's done.
Hang on. I think we got it.
This is Azeroth Morning Radio. Warcraft for the rest of us.
And good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome. This is Azeroth Morning Radio.
Good day to you.
Good day to you, everybody. Hey, Pluto. Oh, man, I'm five. All right. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. We are your hosts. My name is Jibbs, and I'm joined by my better half, voted 2025's worst Delver. His name is Cash.
No, worst dungeon runner.
Oh, my gosh. You're totally bringing that in, aren't you?
I wouldn't say Delver. Yeah. I'm a Delve master.
Yeah, tell that to all the tombstones I find in these delves.
Ooh.
I love Delves. Although I haven't done too many Delves in Restospec on my Druid yet. I've been relegated to a tank build. So I'm like bear squashing everything in Delves, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But no, I apparently am the worst dungeon runner of all time. Do you want to know why, Jibbs? Now, cue when you ask me why.
Oh, why, Cash? Please tell me more.
Because I got kicked out of a group today.
Oh, tell me about it.
I had to make a joke of this because I don't remember the last time I was kicked out of a group. And typically why you get kicked out of a group is because you're not pulling your weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get into this group today, and granted, I'm leveling my druid, so I'm messing with my build. I can still very effectively heal a dungeon. Like, that's what I do, right?
Yeah.
I'm a perfectly acceptable, decent healer. So anyway, I'm messing with my build. I get into this, there's not really much that's changed. I get into this dungeon, and wouldn't you know it, and if you know, you know, and I know WoW players know, we get a Demon Hunter tank.
Oh.
And what's the first thing that happens when you get a Demon Hunter tank? A collective sigh ensues, because we all know what's going to happen. Get into the dungeon, I buff everybody, tank's gone. Just flying, doing their little thing where they float down the stairway to all the mobs, and the entire group is behind them. So we get through half the dungeon, and the entire time, this tank is just pulling as much as they possibly can. And by the time I get there, even using Druid speed buffs, right, I'm behind on healing. The whole party's like taking a bunch of damage because the tank is not holding aggro very well. Anyway, long story short, we get halfway through the dungeon. I died because of the mass amount of stuff that this Demon Hunter tank pulls. And then I got kicked. I was like, what? All of a sudden my screen goes to the loading screen, and I was like, what is happening? And it was like, it's been so long since I've been kicked from a group.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I immediately text Jibbs. I just got kicked from a dungeon group.
Oh.
So anyway, I don't know. It just goes to show when you're on a high with all the amazing things going on in World of Warcraft, it reminds you there's still dicks out there.
Yeah, people can still be jerks. You know, I don't understand that mentality. Like, if you're going to do that and you're a tank, be decent enough to ask people like, hey, you cool if I go? Like, instead of just take off and expect everyone to keep up with your overly mobile class. Just like, come on, bro, help a dude out, man.
And the funny part is, even if somebody does ask that question, everybody else answers for the healer. It's like, hey, do you feel comfortable with me like just pulling everything? And everybody else like, heck yeah, let's go. And the healer's just like, I guess we're pulling everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which typically, like, we're fine, right? Because I know my class. But man, it was so funny, bro. Yeah. Caught me off guard.
Well, I had a different story. I texted you too. It's funny because we both like text each other. Your issue and then my win. I ran a random a Battleground Blitz today because I got my mage up to 90, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And I kind of tweaked my build a little bit, and it's, this probably should be a segment, but when they did all the tuning with the classes and then they adjusted the talents, we should have a serious discussion on how just moving like 3 talents, maybe 4, just completely changes your build. It's crazy how impactful talents are now post, change with all the classes. It's pretty incredible, to be honest with you. So anyway, I did that, getting a Battleground Blitz. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's see what happens. And they're like, Mage, you're running off cart. And if you know, if you don't, you don't. But I'm like, yeah, no problem. They're like, CC heals. And I'm like, sheep. I'm sheeping the healer, and I'm just throwing out damage, and icicles are flying everywhere, and everyone's getting frostbit, and they're shaking their boots. It's a good time. Got top of the damage board, man. And we won. I was like, it was awesome. It was so much fun.
Did everybody thank you for the carry?
No, they did not. But that's okay. It's all right. My services are free.
Well, there you go. In contrast, the other night I ran a dungeon, and I got thanked for the carry. So there you go.
That's a win.
I totally forgot about that.
That's a win.
It's funny how you tell like that. I tend to tell the negative stories.
You do.
That happened.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got thanked for the carry.
That's awesome.
So,
that's awesome.
That was kind of cool.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to AMR. We can't thank you guys enough. I mean, we do every week, but my goodness, the further in that we go, and here we are in the back half of the 6 months of, so we're going to be coming up on a year of AMR here in September, which is fun because we'll be at BlizzCon in September. But just thank you all so much for your support, for listening. Welcome, friends. This show is for you, the casual player, the 9-to-5er, the weekend warriors, those of us with families, your grandma, grandpa, great-grandma, great-grandpa. Doesn't matter. You have a home here. This place is for you. Before we move forward, this week on the show, we're going to tell a feel-good story we got from a listener. We're going to talk Blizzard's plan to control Valeera's incessant wandering in delves. I'm laughing because I don't write these headlines. Cash does, and it makes me laugh. We get mesmerized by some new World of Warcraft music. Talk about using your mind to control World of Warcraft. Yes, that's a thing. And we're going to answer questions from our patrons. But before we move forward, I have a couple of announcements. They're kind of selfish announcements, but I wanted to get this out there for everybody. 2 things happened and in the add-on space, and I didn't talk about it. I'm really consolidating my efforts with these add-ons. Set Lock and Item Lock have been joined together into Inventory Guardian. That is now a new add-on that's out. It allows you to lock any item in your inventory and also auto-locks any set, a part of your Blizzard equipment sets. That is now out there. I will no longer be updating Set Lock or Item Lock, so if you want to keep up with that, pick up Inventory Guardian. They'll take care of that. Then it came out with a new add-on that kind of took my heart, and that'll be where I pretty much put all my focus. It's called Azeroth Public Library. And in short, it is how do I even word this? How do I do an elevator pitch on this? Anytime you find a book, a plaque, a scroll, it's going to snapshot that and put that into your APL for short. And you can go back and it divides it by zone. And you can read all the pages of your lore that you're finding out in the world, and it will catalog it for you. And this has been such a labor of love this past week that because we're huge on lore. We love story. We Cash and I both are always listening to Audible books all the time. I'm reading more now than I've ever read in my life, between Audible, evening time reading, morning readings, like it's crazy. And so anyway, we're really big into story, and the idea that I can help facilitate your character's lore journey through this is something I'm really stoked about. So anyway, it's called Azeroth Public Library. It's out. And there's a video on it on CurseForge. You can watch that, see how it works. That was the initial release version. Things have been updated since then. You can add notes now. You can, what was the other one? We got the visual paint, the reading area updated. Big major update. But anyway, yeah, it's out. It's available. If you're into it, check it out.
And it's doing good. It's doing good on downloads from what I can see. I think there's a lot of people out there that there's a market for it, is what I'm saying. I think a lot more people out there interested in lore, aside from the people that poo-poo the lore and just speed through the quests. This is a really nice and very beautifully made repository or archive for all the lore that you find out there. And it catalogs it. I mean, it's good. It's really, really fun. And don't forget your pet is dead, because that one too works. Yeah, that one's like a charm.
Yeah, I'll be keeping that one.
Hunter, I'm telling you, that's a set it and forget it, and that thing will let you know real quick when your pet's dead. So yeah, don't forget about that one too.
Yeah,
bro, I have stories.
You
sped through the intro. You didn't ask me how my week was in World of Warcraft.
You did,
and no.
Oh, he's mad.
Yeah, I am a man of structure.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I am a man. That just means I'm a man of show notes. So I got to tell this story because
tell me.
I told you this story. Actually, I have two. I have two stories that I want to tell. One's real short. One's a little longer. But the Amani story. Remember, I told you the story. I'm going through the main story quest line again on my druid to bring him up to 90. Okay. So I hit the Amani storyline where they're starting to encroach into Eversong Woods. And I already know what happens. So because I know their story, I didn't want to kill any of them as an Alliance player. I was like, they're trying to do their thing here. And at the same time, I did not want to kill any of the Amani who were encroaching into Eversong. So anyway, I did the entire opening quest line until you get to the bridge part. Because once you get to the bridge part, you kind of have no choice. But I did that whole beginning quest line in stealth. All of the quest objectives, finished them all without harming a single little hair on a single little head of any of the Amani. And I was so happy about that you can even do that in the game. Right. So I was in cat form, did the thing. Super pumped.
That's awesome. I love that. I love when games, and you see that now a lot more with more recent releases, but when games allow you to support your gameplay, however that is, it's like kind of like the Skyrim effect, like those random things that people would do, and you can do it in the game. Same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. Like that was a big one too, but yeah,
a lot of choice.
Yeah, that's cool. I love it.
Yeah. So, and then later on in the game, like I also don't like killing cubs and kittens and cats in the game. And I was trying to get a very lucrative herb, and I kept getting attacked by this tiny little bear cub. I don't know how I pissed this thing off, but it's a little teeny tiny bear cub, teeny tiny. And he's swiping at me, and I'm trying to channel this thing so I can get this herb. And I must have gone at it for 45 seconds trying to get it without killing this damn little bear. And I finally just turned around and swiped his ass. Sorry.
It's like Bambi.
Okay. Second story. This one was last night, and it's a real quick one, but I got a good chuckle out of this. I was healing a dungeon, the Den of Nalarak. And in that dungeon, you got to pick up those little barrels of apples. Abundance. So I'm trying to pick up these barrels of apples, and I'm not able to do it. Now, granted, I'm in cat form, and I look on my screen, and there's a little thing that comes across my screen. And it's like it's a warning from the devs. And this warning said, requires opposable thumbs. So
that's hilarious.
I had to get out of cat form into my regular form to pick it up. I was dying. Like, who snuck that in? Well played.
Yeah, I love that. Gosh, I hope they're listening. We found it.
Oh man, it made me. I brought a smile to my face. I was like, okay, sense of humor for the day. Check.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Gosh, I love that. All right, folks. Well, it is time to get moving. Your show starts right now. We'll be right back. This Azeroth Soundscape is brought to you by Frostfire Ridge.
This is I Am Greybeard, and when I'm not being a based Giga Chad legend in Plaguefall, I'm listening to Azeroth Morning Radio.
All right, Greybeard, thank you so much. Don't forget, folks, you can submit your listener spotlights, record your voice on your phone. When I'm not doing XYZ in World of Warcraft, whatever it is you do when you're doing in Warcraft, I'm listening to Azeroth Morning Radio. Send that to us. We'll put you in the show. It's time for Heroes Call.
Heroes Call. Speaking of Greybeard, friends, that nice voice you just heard was from Greybeard. And Greybeard sent us a fantastic email. Greybeard, amazing name, by the way. I love that. Great email from him, and it's a bit of a long one, so bear with us here. There's going to be a quiz at the end, but we're going to go through it here a little bit. And the first thing that Greybeard talks about is how this is not quite Heroes Call material, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. And I disagree. This is exactly Heroes Call material because it's amazing things that are happening to players out there, and it's good enough for us. So here we go, Greybeard. So Greybeard says, back in the beginning of WoW, I played on Zangarmarsh and was in the Knights of Good, the official guild of the Guild Web Show. Eventually, like many, I left the game, but I always missed it. Last summer, I came back to Azeroth, and one of my friends I kept in touch with was still in the guild. He became our GM, and Greybeard became an officer. So he goes on to talk about how many people in WoW rarely speak about pugs, or rarely speak when they're in pugs. If you don't know what a pug is, it's a pickup group. Just random people grouping together via the Dungeon Finder to do content. So he continues, it is what it is. However, this time was different. I discovered Plaguefall, went into the dungeon, and began pulling mobs. Well, the group ran into Globgrog, the first boss. Everything was going fine, or so he thought. He had kept threat was focused on him, and he was halfway dead. But he was so focused on him that Greybeard failed to notice that his slime puddles had wiped out the entire group. It was just Globgrog and Greybeard. It got dicey a couple of times. It took some doing, some kiting, moving, avoiding backing into the only two sets of trash mobs in the area. And about a minute into the 1v1 fight, his team began cheering him on while they were down. Saying things like, he's going to do it. Look at this. No way. Go Greybeard. And I know that we have all been there. There has always been that case where the group wipes, the tank's the last one alive, and you're waiting for the tank to finish the fight. So Greybeard continues, after a couple of minutes, my mighty dwarven paladin slew Globgrog and rezzed the healer and helped everyone else get up and heal. There were cheers, attaboys, etc. And then I dropped the bomb. Greybeard admitted, I've never been here. Which way do we go now? So then the party starts commenting, what a legend, base Gigachad. And Greybeard says, now I know what these words mean, but I'm a few years older than you both, meaning me and Jibbs, and haven't ever been called a base Gigachad until then. I have never heard that term, so I had to look it up.
Yeah, trust me, Cash, you ain't it.
And I was today years old when I learned.
Exactly. So anyway, according to ChatGPT, a based Gigachad is an internet slang term combining two distinct meme archetypes to describe a person who is unapologetically authentic, highly confident, and physically or socially dominating. It represents an idealized, often iconic version of the ultimate self-assured male who acts according to his own beliefs without caring about the opinions of others. I laughed when I heard that explanation, and Greybeard also laughed in his telling of this story. So Greybeard goes on to pull Margrave. The party wiped again, except for him beating the boss as a solo tank again. Good game all. Thanks for the run. That was great. Thanks. So I love the story. Greybeard sums up his feelings by saying, in that dungeon run, the old school Warcraft, the one from Classic that we all long for and reminisce about, was alive and well. And after that run, I Am Greybeard, his character's name, was dubbed a based Gigachad legend, and he will continue to run content and play the game they all love so much and chase that feeling that us older players remember so well. He finishes with this. So to you, Cash Jibbs, and anyone else listening to this, I say do the same. Be good to your fellow players. Help where you can. Lend a hand. Be good to one another. Don't kick them out of groups. And have fun playing the game. He didn't say that. That was me. These little moments of epic triumph, whimsy, and everything in between still exist, but it's up to us to unlock them and recognize them when they happen and then enjoy them. To my pug I was with, add me as a friend in game if you hear this. I'll run content with you all. Anytime. Take care. I am Graybeard on Zangarmarsh.
I love stuff like that. You know, like that's the kind of group you want, right? Like that's the stuff that makes memories. That's the stuff that people will walk away and they're just like, creates a good memory, you know? Not necessarily what you endured today.
It's spreading positivity.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yep.
How easy is it to spread love and positivity, and how much more energy does it take from a person to just be a jerk? So much more energy.
What do you and I always say about kindness?
It's free.
That's right. Kindness is free.
It's free.
It's free. It's free to give. And that's what I've always told my son. It's free to give to people, you know? So it's just like, why not do that thing? You know, everyone already goes through enough crap in this world. You know, we come to this other world to disassociate, to, you know, transport your mind somewhere else. Why I think we're all so in love with huge IPs like The Witcher or Lord of the Rings or whatever it is. Anything. Lately, it's been Crimson Desert for a lot of gamers. You know, it's like they love the escape that it gives them.
Yeah, and stories like this, man, they bring to light that old school feel, and how those aspects of World of Warcraft are still there despite the changes in retail, despite the vast changes in retail.
Yeah.
Those old school feelings are still there. You just have to make them appear. And when I look at it, like the basis of MMOs, period, is to create your own experiences, you know, and you roll with the ones that aren't always planned. And when you put multiple people in a room with a challenge and a goal, that's when the magic happens. It happens organically.
Yeah.
You know, and but it's up to us to decide. And you tackle those challenges. You're facing a wipe. Graybeard and his group decide to use positivity to conquer the bosses. And that's exactly what happens. Positivity and encouragement. It freaking works. It's infectious, and it can turn an unfortunate incident into a fun memory.
Yep.
It's all in your attitude. That's what happened with this situation.
Agreed. I couldn't say it better. I just want to say one last thing. Like, how different would that experience have been if his group just been like typing in all caps or something? Just wipe it. Just wipe it. Wipe it. You know what I mean? But they didn't.
Yeah.
They did the opposite and made the moment.
Give me a chance. I'm a tank.
Yeah.
Like, it might take 3, 4, 5 minutes longer, but
yeah,
we're gonna give it a go.
I love that, man. I love that. That's kindness is free.
Breaking news. Brought to all of yous by the Goblin News Network.
Use pings to control Valeera and Delves. This coming to us from wowed.com. So, folks, in case you didn't know, Blizzard is expanding the ping system in Midnight. So players now, you have direct control over your Delve companion, Valeera. This was originally, the ping system, which, oh my gosh, do I use that on the regular? It was introduced back in Dragonflight. And I remember when it first came out, people were interested into it, but like people weren't like really using it like heavily, I would say overall. But man, oh man, did that become a staple in World of Warcraft. And here we are now. So with Valeera, you can now have positioning control. So a general ping is going to send Valeera to a specific location, and she'll stay there until combat starts or you move too far away. So this will help you with accidental pulls and that sort of thing. And then you have targeting control. So if you ping an enemy and if you ping an enemy, it applies a quote pull target marker. And Valeera will engage that specific target once in range in line of sight. So pretty cool, man. Yeah. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty rad.
It's good stuff, and I don't really have an issue with her very often. I think I've only had a few times for all the delving that I've been doing. I've only had a few times where she goes off the rails, and she pulls a bunch of stuff in, and I'm just like, really? What? You're supposed to be like throwing those little hearts at me and healing me. Don't be pulling mobs. You're the healer.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that this is getting integrated into the game because it is just, again, giving us more choice and being able to, especially when you're soloing delves.
Yeah.
And when you get to the higher levels, it is very beneficial to be able to choose your pulls. I will often sit there and wait for a mob to patrol and get to one end of the arena before I'll tag them and pull them. And a lot of times you can get just one and you space out your pulls like that. Well, this is going to allow you to do that much easier, and it's going to allow her to do the pulling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm liking this.
Yeah, me too. What would you think if they added more like advanced commands? So something like hold or retreat or focus interrupts.
I think that would be fantastic, particularly the hold, because Bran was notorious for it. He was the, although I love Bran, I miss Bran. He was just funny, but you kind of got used to it. It became more of a feature than anything else. But Bran would always pull more than I wanted him to pull. Like, dude, you need to slow your freaking roll.
Yeah.
And, maybe it's because I'm running Valeera as a healer, or maybe, as DPS, she's not pulling as much stuff. She's kind of just chilling. But maybe if I ran her as a tank, she'd be pulling a lot more stuff than I want her to be pulling. But yeah, the more control, the better.
Yeah, I run her as a healer and I love it. I've had no problem with her, literally none. It's always a joy going in there. Sometimes I'll put her to the test, so I'll go in and I'll pull an entire room. We'll just see how we do. And of course, I was on level 1, right? So it's like, whatever. But it was fun. I definitely enjoy her more than Bran. I'll say that. I like Valeera.
Yes, I like Valeera. I think I like them equally. They're both fine.
Yeah.
They're both providing a function, and I'm okay with that. I'm not too hung up on the aesthetic of it or the things that she says. She does talk some shiz though, bro.
Oh yeah, she lays it on thick.
She lays it on pretty thick. But you know what I love? She says something and I forget what it is. Oh, when a caster is channeling something and she does an interrupt, she's very good at interrupting. When she interrupts, she's like, I don't think so.
Oh,
and I'm just
yeah.
like, that's a sassafras right there. Love it.
Yeah, I love her vibe. She's really cool. But anyway, folks, yeah, you can go check this out over at wowhead.com. Next up, we had this release come to us from World of Warcraft themselves. They partnered with Aurora to release a music video called A Place to Call Home. Holy cow. And it basically took you through all the expansions and maybe not so much detail. Well, it didn't show all, I don't believe, but just some of the more major ones, it seems. And I don't even have the words. Like, please, for Titan's sake, please make an animated series like this, because it's just like watching it's weird because you're watching 20 years of memories happen on the screen. You're thinking of all the things that you did maybe with friends back in the years when, you see the Lich King on there, and maybe when you pulled an ICC, or, when they are Dunmurrow, when the dwarf is out there. Like, you're just watching all this, and it's just such a hit in the feels. It's beautiful, and oh, buddy, I couldn't get enough of it. I've watched it so many times. Yeah,
the song in itself is a beautiful song. Like, it's very, very good. And then, like all the things that Jibbs is saying, it does take you through it, at least from what I could recognize. Like, I recognized Vanilla, I recognized Legion, I recognized Wrath, and it just, there's a whole bunch of like little clips it does with different things from it, and so it does bring back a lot of the feels. There's a couple things I noticed here. The first one is, if through all of these things that Blizzard is releasing, and it seems to be the same graphic artists that are doing a lot of these animated a lot of this animated content, if they are not prepping to give us some type of an animated movie or series or something that's way more big time than what we're getting, this is one of the best trolls that Blizzard has ever done to us in quite some time. Like they just seem so much like they're setting it up for something fantastic. Here's the second thing I noticed, and I don't know if you picked up on this. The characters that are in that are there's a human, the dwarf, and then the Calderai druid. By the way, she's a resto druid. Just want to throw that out at you. They're like partying together, and then they're doing content together.
Yeah,
they start doing a bunch of things together. So as I'm just saying, we're just speculating, but they're setting it up almost to where that's a trio for them to be like a party together.
Yeah, man.
In some type of a series going through storylines. And I'm like, it has to be that.
I mean, yeah, and you know, like this is just the Alliance side, what that could look like on the Horde side too, you know, like they are okay, so a couple things. Number one, with this music video, the music, there is one IP that does it better than everybody. Everybody. Even World of Warcraft, and I adore Blizzard. I adore Warcraft. League of Legends. Their music videos that they tie to their animations, and it's strictly music videos. Like they have been the best in the business at it for so long. Go and watch some of their stuff. Even if you don't know what the heck you're watching, like they tie, it's this vibe. And so when I saw this from Blizzard, I'm like, yes, you are knocking on that door. It just hits you right in the feels, right? Like the whole thing. And the other aspect of this is if they were to do an animated series, what's another group that's done something like that? Critical Role. Would this not be like their own version in a world that so many people have loved? Would this not be a massive hit? I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
But a trio?
It would be.
Yeah.
It would be. And I do agree with you that the stuff Riot puts out is it's amazing.
It's cinematic.
I mean, look at the Arcane series, right?
Just phenomenal, you know?
Yeah. If you haven't seen Arcane, friends, it's on Netflix, and it is a series worth watching.
I may watch that again.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Great story.
Oh, yeah.
But I could see them releasing something like this. And like, that's the way they do it, man. They do some cryptic stuff, and then before you know it, it gets announced at BlizzCon. And that's what I think is going to happen here. That is my prediction.
I agree with you.
Is that at BlizzCon, they are going to announce an animated series. There's just way too many dang hints.
Oh, yeah. And there's just, you know how many seasons of content they can make? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Dude, they need to do a whole season on just like goblins and Undermine.
It's like, yeah.
Hey, take off. It would be amazing, dude.
You know what they should do? Forget goblins. No offense, guys.
That's it. We quit.
But you know what they should do is the what's the Canadians? the
Oh no, are they Canadian or are they Minnesota?
Minnesota,
my.
When they're like sniffing, what's their name? Underground?
No, the Niffins.
Niffins, yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome to Homie.
Folks, I do want to say something here. A lot of times, like, we get stopped up when we're trying to remember a name or a race or something like that. It is so incredibly hard to do when you're live on the air and we're just randomly talking in conversation.
Oh,
but
it is.
It's the. I love how you said the Sniffins.
The Sniffin, yeah.
It's cold up there. People get
they got the
people get
Sniffins
household
already.
colds.
Oh
Yeah, take off, hoser.
take off. I love it so much. I love them so much. Oh man, gosh, it's so good. All right, so anyway, check that out. Place to call home. My goodness, Warcraft is home for so many, and it's so good to watch. All right, so finally here on the docket today, we're going to touch on this real quick. Neuralink patient confirms he's playing World of Warcraft with his mind. This coming to us from tweaktown.com. I don't even know what the site really is, but anyway, go there with caution. It's in their news section.
That sounds like it's like you break into your bank account in 2 seconds.
I know, right? British Army veteran John Noble has spent over 100 days with the Neuralink N1 brain implant, and his recovery has been remarkably smooth. So I'm going to outline this for you real quick. Day 0, surgery described as surprisingly easy. Day 1, back home. Day 3 to 7, feeling better, minimal visible scarring. Week 2, begins using the implant with a computer. Week 3, controlling a cursor with his mind feels natural. So, naturally, you know what we're going to step into next. Enter World of Warcraft. Because by day 80, John launched WoW, and that's where things really clicked for him. Fully hands-free gameplay, no mouse or keyboard. Able to move, explore, and even raid using only intention, aka his mind. Described the experience as pure magic, says it now feels completely normal. Folks, he's raiding. Just want you to know that. He's raiding with his mind. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think we're getting trolled on this one.
You think so?
I don't know, dude.
You go watch it.
I mean, when you look at the article, he looks pretty happy in there for a dude with a bandage around his head, and it's like he's like, yeah, minimal visible scarring, but that's a pretty big bandage on the guy's dome. So if this is a troll, it is hilarious.
I don't know.
Let's talk about the general concept, whether or not it's actually true.
I think this is true.
Ooh, well, let's talk general concept though.
Well, I don't even know where to start with that.
Dude, I'm barely getting used to AI taking over the damn world. And now, like, people are getting like, what do they call that in Star Wars?
Cyborgs?
Like cybernetic implants.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now we're getting cybernetic implants that are controlling our games.
I'm watching him do it right now. Oh, this is a trip. Yeah.
Wow.
Now I'm not seeing his like face. It's just showing the screen. So like I'd like to see like what I'm assuming he's just staring at the screen. But yeah, okay. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, it's a video showcasing it being done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm even in researching for the show, I'm floored by something like this. Now, I might feel differently about it when I'm, really old and arthritic and my hands hurt and I can't work my Naga.
Yeah. Cuz
I play with a Naga, an MMO mouse with 12 buttons on the side. And when the day comes that I can't do that, I'm going to burn this thing down. Cuz there's zero chance of me learning how to play with a keyboard.
That's how I play.
So,
do you know that? For the most part, I only do keyboard aside from utility on my Naga.
I think most people do.
Yeah.
I've just grown. I mean, I've been using a Naga for 10 years, so I'm so accustomed to using a Naga.
Yeah.
I think I told that story on the show once when we were covering, remember way back when we were covering WildStar?
Yeah.
Remember that? I'm going to tell this super quick. We were covering WildStar. We had a podcast for it way back in the day, and I went to E3 and I met some of the devs there. Amazing people. Really, really fun. And they're like, Cash, we're doing a PvP tournament. You want to just come over and be part of the PvP tournament? I was like, okay. So we went over there and they had a bunch of PCs set up, and I took one look at the setup and they were just regular mice without side buttons. And I was like, I can't do it. There's no way. So anyway, fun little side story. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even know how it would work.
I don't know.
To control World of Warcraft with your mind.
That's kind of cool if that's the case. Regardless, I'm glad he's able to, if this is happening, I'm glad that he's able to do this thing and play the game he loves and be in the world he loves. I mean, I don't even know where to go with that, but that's awesome.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, Ready Player One.
Okay.
Would you be willing to put an implant inside your head to be able to access something like this?
No, I'm good. I mean,
yeah, I think I'm the same way.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I mean, if I had an option,
it would rust.
I mean,
that microchip would rust.
I feel like it's just like, what happens when the batteries go out? Like, was it going to explode? Like I don't know. But anyway, what happens if it short circuits?
I already walk into a room, forget why I'm there. So
Walk in the kitchen. I don't know why I'm here.
Yeah, you could put a lithium ion battery in my head and I'm telling you, it would rust and then malfunction. And it would be a thing.
That's good. All right, folks. Well, it is time for Snark. Here we go.
Snark Online.
Friends, tonight we're doing something fun that we've done before, and we're going to do it again because we love our patrons.
Yeah, we do.
And they can come up with some really cool questions.
Yeah, they can.
And as you know, we do that thing when they ask us some good questions. We bring a couple of them on here and we answer them and discuss them. In tonight's questions, there's two of them. The first question is from Cthulhu, who is in chat. Yes. How are you? Thank you. This is a great question. Okay. You ready, Jibbs?
I'm ready.
Here we go, buddy. One race, one class, forever.
Oh my gosh.
Pick wrong and you're stuck with it for the rest of your WoW life.
Let me ask this.
Which combo do you pick and why?
Does it have to be current class? I'd say so, right? Like, it has to be current offering.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. I really went back and forth on this one, but I think I would probably pick Human Paladin.
Okay. Why?
Oh, sorry. Because, and I said this on the solo episode that I did a couple of weeks ago, but it just resonates with me. The defender aspect, the provider, the protector, you know, the father, everything that a father is to their family or a husband is to their wife. That's just, you know, I really take that to heart for me personally. And especially with the whole faith aspect side for them too, you know, like that's very important to me too. So that's why it's like and the only reason I'll play them is because, you know, I kind of like to have a little edge to my character. That's truthfully why I can never stay with a paladin, is because I when I'm in my digital worlds, for context, I played a Sith Juggernaut or Sith Inquisitor in SWTOR, and I loved it. Force choking people was a great time. But, you know,
yeah, you are pretty edgy.
And so, like, that's why I don't play a paladin. So just because I like the little edge to my characters in my digital worlds. But yeah, so that's why. That's probably why I'd pick a paladin.
Well, why would you pick human?
That's kind of my jam. You know, like if I could play a Kultiran that didn't have so much rickety knee syndrome and, you know, meat, you know, because there's oddly enough, I don't know why we don't have variations of Kultirans, because they're there in the world and they're just humans, you know, like, but there's fun things you can.
They're just linebacker humans.
Yeah, but then you also have the regular human models there that are also Kultirans, and you have the really tiny guys that are Kultirans. So, yeah, for me, if I could have a body variation that's not a super dad bod, you know, linebacker, it would be a Kultiran paladin. But because I cannot have that thing, I would pick the human paladin for me.
That is kind of true. There's not really like a super large, like beefed up meathead muscular race.
Not on the Alliance side, no.
For Alliance.
I mean, Horde's got it in spades, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Tauren.
Oh, yeah.
Orcs. I mean, list goes on.
The trolls.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm gonna let you guess. I'm gonna let you guess what I'm gonna do, and then I'll reinforce it with the answer.
You are gonna go with a male night elf druid.
Nailed it. 100%. So we'll go with the class first. I think it's a very, very safe pick, and not just because it's the best at everything, but because it's really never bad at anything. It's kind of patch proof when you think about it. So the druid, as we know, can perform every function in the game. Tank, heals, range DPS, melee DPS. Okay. So my whole thing was, if I'm going to get a lifetime sentence, I want something that is going to span my lifetime of World of Warcraft play. So there's that. If I can't have an alt, then that's what I'm getting. So first of all, druids, I love the fact that you can shapeshift. I am a cat lover, and I don't care what anybody else says out there. I'm a fully grown man, and I am a cat lover. So there's that. It's very adaptable to whatever my group may need. Just change a spec, you're good to go. So because of that, you will always have a seat at the table with the druid.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In some aspect, one of the specs of druid are always relevant at any one time. Sometimes multiple are, but for the most part, it seems to be a very beloved class, a very iconic and historical class in World of Warcraft, and it gets a lot of love. So I think really it's when it comes to class, it's the toolkit. It just fits my playstyle perfectly. As much as I love my hunter, I just always feel like something is missing. And it's just that variety in things that you can do as a druid is what has my heart. And that's why I started this expansion on my hunter. And I am now, completing the leveling process on my druid, and we'll probably end up there as long as I stop getting kicked out of groups. Yeah, it was a good time. Okay. And then for Night Elf, it is the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like I dig the aesthetic of them. There's just a deep connection to nature.
Yep.
With them. And I love the Calderized lore. It fits me. It feels right. There's a lot of deep history there. Mm-hmm. And it pairs perfectly with Druid. And then one of my favorite things about the male Night Elf is when he puts his arm up in the air and he says, "By the light of the moon." I just love it.
Yeah, it's you, dude. It's you. And I was thinking, so I've been doing a full watch through again of Hobbit, and now I've moved into Lord of the Rings. And the entire time I'm watching this, and I'm just like, that's Cash's conundrum, because he is essentially both druid and hunter, but in his heart of hearts, he's definitely more druid. The only thing that's missing that would keep him there, regardless, is if the druid could wield a bow. You would never leave it, ever. You may for a little,
no,
but you'd never leave that class.
It'd be my forever class, and that's the reason why we're slowly trying to inject the idea into Blizzard's heads that we need a dual weapon setup.
Ugh.
It needs to happen. Whereas there's more choice. It's more choice. It's more choice for your people, Blizzard.
AKA
it's
Cash.
More choice. AKA me personally. That's what I want. Okay, I have a follow up to this question for you. Worst race class combo that you can possibly think of.
That I have to play?
No, you don't have to play it. If you could just think of we picked what we wanted, right? We picked what we wanted.
Yeah.
What we would choose.
Yeah.
Now you stepped in poop. And you have to just pick the worst race class combo that you could possibly think of.
Definitely an earthen race, without a doubt.
Okay.
I struggle with the class because I genuinely like all the classes. I really do. There's something that's part of the reason why I've always struggled not having one main, because I love them all.
Can't even say Augmentation Evoker anymore, dude.
I know.
They're back.
I know. Yeah, they are back, baby. I love it. Definitely earthen. I would say probably warrior. Again, I love all the classes, but yeah, like if I had to pick one, I'd probably say earthen warrior, because this is me going to charge now at the enemy.
Beep boop bop beep boop.
Sounds like a double A. I mean, like a bat, like one of those robots you had as a kid when the batteries would go out. That's how an earthen talks every time. Replace the Duracell.
Just boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
Yep.
Put some articulation in your voice. I'm bored.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest. Yeah. Oh man, I love that stand up. That's so oh man, that's so good. Who is that? Chris Hart?
I think so.
Is it Chris Hart?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh man, super fun to stand up. Anyway, okay. I I go now.
Yep.
This is my segment, so I thought about this one a little bit. Tauren Rogue.
Oh, man. Literally the least sneakiest ever.
The freaking cow ninja, dude. It just makes me laugh. So, like, there is zero hiding. There's nothing but minor earthquakes. Every time he takes a step, like, you're not fooling anyone.
That's so good.
And nothing says subtle like smashing the ground with every step.
That's so good. And you want to talk about like leaving a trace of your steps, like it'd take 45 minutes to cover your path because you're just massive hoofs, so funny.
Yeah. Just a bunch of meat moving through a room like a bull in a china shop, knocking everything over. Okay. Let's move on to the second question here. That was fun, though. That was a good one. Cthulhu, thank you. That was a really good question.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is from Riv, and kudos to us for not calling him Rive and getting his name actually right.
His wife made fun of us. Do you know that?
Yeah, that tracks.
We deserved it. We're calling him Rive.
Yeah. But
shout out to your wife.
Shout out. Yeah. Shout out to your wife, and shout out to Riv, who's been hanging out with us in chat. Yeah. And it has been very nice.
Good dude.
Much appreciated.
Very good dude.
We're loving the interaction with our friends. So, Okay. Question from Riv. I know there are a lot, but what are among both of you guys' favorite memories playing World of Warcraft?
There's a laundry list, right? There's one specific moment that I had that I'll never forget for as long as I live. And it was in Shadowlands, the Shadowlands expansion. I was playing a paladin, and Rhett was a little broken at the time, to say the least. And I'm in a Wrathy Basin, and I come up over this hill, and there's 8 players. And I think you were there. I think you saw it happen.
Rob, you were there.
Rob? Oh, what a pull. I love it. Rob, you were there.
Tommy Boy reference.
Oh, that's so good. Anyway, so we step over the rise. We're at Lumber Mill, and there's 8 horde staring us down. And they see 2 Ret Pallies, myself and a friend I had at the time. And you were there during that fight. And they saw us come over the rise, and because Paladin was so it was just like a nope, don't want it. They turned and ran. I'll never ever forget that. But you just want to talk about like feeling like the man. It was 2 versus 8, and the 8 took off running. Ugh.
Yep. And you guys were behind me, and I was in front of you, and I was the resto druid, and I remember going, "That's right." You just take off. Did you guys see what they did? They bailed when they saw me.
Take off, hoser.
Yeah, take off, hoser. Yeah, not the case. Ret Pally was banging at the time.
Yeah,
so
that was not such a memory. Now, but it's teeing off right now.
That was a cool memory. And I do agree with you, bro. Unless you have more memories.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I do agree with you that there are numerous memories.
Oh, yeah.
Just numerous. Like, again, we play World of Warcraft to escape all the crap that takes place in the world. And when I play, I could pick a great moment every single day when I play Warcraft. Like today, when I got kicked out of a group. This is going to forever be memorialized on this show, and I will continue to chuckle at that one forever and ever. But mine, I have multiple again, but I'm going to cover a couple here. One's cliche and one's more of a broad memory. Okay. 2007 to 2010, you had Burning Crusade, Wrath, and Kata, right?
Yeah.
It was a golden age for me playing this game. Let me explain why. And don't write HR about this. Don't think I'm a terrible parent. This is just the way that it was at the time. My daughter was young. She was 3 years old at the time. My wife and I both worked full time, but our schedules, I worked for the fire department, so my schedule is absolutely bonkers. It's all over the place, constantly changing. My wife is a hairdresser, and she works certain days throughout the week. Well, childcare was a real issue for us because we both worked full time. So we needed a nanny. We found the most sweet girl. She was such an angel, and she was our nanny. But she could not just work sporadic days. Like she was so good with my daughter, we needed to keep her. So we put her on a full-time schedule. Putting her on a full-time schedule, which was basically like Monday through Thursday, we had her because my wife was off the rest of the days. There were days where I was off work, but my wife wanted to keep her and didn't want to disturb my daughter too much with me being in the house. So my wife would be like, can you like find something to do at least until like 3:00, and then you can go home, you can relieve the nanny, and then you can commence dad duty. So I was like, sweet, no problem. So I had a buddy who lived 2 doors down, and he played World of Warcraft as much as I did. So during that period of time, that 3-year period of time, I had days where I just had nothing to do. I would wait until about 3:00, and then I'd come home and commence dad duties so that we could keep this amazing nanny on a full-time schedule. So I'd go to his house, and he worked from home, and we would play World of Warcraft all day long. Like, it was so much fun. So we probably did that at least 2 days a week, was like full days that we could play Warcraft together. But those memories that I had of our group getting together, and we had other friends local in the area that would literally bring their laptops, and there'd be 4 or 5 of us. One of them is Stark. Oh. Stark's in here. He's one of our really good friends, and he still plays. He's an amazing player. Mm-hmm. And he still plays. But we would get together, and we would like order food, or we'd take a rundown, get like a sub sandwich or something, and come back and just play Warcraft throughout all 3 of those expansions in one room or on comms.
That's awesome.
And we had this one friend, dude. It's such a great memory. One friend, Nick, and I know he's not listening because I know he doesn't play the game, but Nick, if you are listening out there, this is some of the best memories I've ever had. When he would full blown just over pretty much nothing, the smallest reasons, he would rage on comms and just rage quit the game. And we wouldn't see him for a full day or 2, just gone. And we're like, oh my, like text him, dude, are you okay? But he would do that like once a week. And the memories that it brought and the laughs, we would die laughing. Yeah. When he would do it, because it's just like, you let a game get to you like that much. Anyway, amazing, outstanding memories, standing in line for expansions and then getting back at midnight. And my wife's like, what are you doing, you lunatic? And we're all on comms playing together, so just trying, like, race to get those 10 levels.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. Just
that's so
amazing,
cool.
amazing fun. Another quick one when we had that group going is like, we would play on PvP servers. So we would I'd get killed, I'd get camped, and I'd call my buddies. And now all my buddies are there. So we would kill the person that killed me and then camp them for like half hour until they logged off.
Yeah.
just like, yeah, like you effed with the bull, dude. Okay, here's my cliche memory. My cliche memory of World of Warcraft is happening right now. This is a great time. It's and I know you feel the same way. Look at the sparkle in your eye when I said that. Mm-hmm. You know it. Mm-hmm. For us, it's happening right now. So creating content, doing this podcast, keeping up with our old friends who are still playing, making new ones.
Yeah.
It's an incredible time to be playing the game. And although there's, 20 years of memories, mm-hmm. We're continuing to make them now. And yeah, it's cheesy and yeah, it's cliche, but man, it is very true where we're at right now, and the future for what this show holds and the future for what the game holds. It's just a pretty magical time.
I agree. That's something I've recently learned over the last few months is making sure that you take a moment and identify what you're living right now, the good memories that you're in right now that you're living, Make the most of those every single day. And you're absolutely right. I never would have dreamed 12 years ago we'd be where we're at now in podcasting with all these years of doing it and the community and creating for this world. If you would have told me when I first started playing Warcraft one day I'll create content for this thing. I mean, we're not like professionals. We're not like doing this for a living or anything, but you know, so it's not like you can say, oh, we made it. It's like, well, but you know what? We get to do this together. And it's just like, yeah, that's the good stuff, you know?
Yeah, I remember too, you know, within the last year, you and I have talked about it a little bit. And right off the bat, right when we left our last show, I mean, I'll fully admit right here, freely on the air, as soon as we left our last show, I was ready. I was like, let's freaking plug this thing in, dude, and move on it. And I remember you're like, bro, step off and give me some time. and then we'll talk about it later. And we did. I mean, it took a couple of tickle fights, but I finally got you, finally got you into submission, and you're like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Good stuff.
It is good stuff. One more thing, though.
Okay.
When you put Cash in charge of questions like this, there's always a counter.
Ah, all right.
You ready?
Yep.
What's your worst World of Warcraft memory?
Oh, man. It was recent, actually. So I spent the better part of a year getting involved in role-playing in World of Warcraft. And I had and one of the best things about role-play is when you can find a long-term partner, somebody that you can, you know, that you're both of your characters can develop over time together. That's where the magic really happens, because it allows you to really write, you know, and then you get in your character's head. You're writing, you're watching those things happen. And this long-term partner one day just stopped playing, and I had invested a lot of time into that, and that's something you don't do. Like, I have learned in the role play community, people have told me like, that was awful that happened to you, and I'm sorry it happened. Was that because I had started storylines and they just were up and gone, and I had to adjust my character for them to help facilitate good role play for them, because I was new, they were a veteran, so I was just very, you're the pro, I'll follow you, whatever you like to do, we'll do it. So, and every time, and yeah, and then they just disappeared. And so, like, you know, like, that really bummed me out, still does to this day, you know. But and I had a group, there was a guild that we were doing role play heavily. Like, you would see me for hours, and you knew this when you see me in Stormwind or somewhere else, and you know, like, you're watching a movie happen before you, and that's why I like role play. And but yeah, you know, like, and all that just kind of disintegrated. That's the part that bums me out the most to this day, is that happened. I know it's a little heavy, not trying to be heavy, but you know, like, that I think for me is probably my worst memory.
Yeah, I could see where that would take the wind out of your sails.
Yeah,
especially because with role play, and you know, I've been a part of role play in a few games, and the one that really blew my mind and kind of opened my eyes to it was a guild that I was a part of. Actually, when we were doing the Lore Seekers podcast, for a short time, I was part of a role play guild in Elder Scrolls Online.
Yep.
And I was blown away at how much, like, they just had a running story.
Yeah.
Of everything they were doing in the game. And like, I came in late in the game, and even when I went through like this initiation process to get inducted into this enclave, the story that the guild was surrounded by was a lot of work.
Yeah.
It blew my mind.
Yep.
To see that. So yeah, I can fully understand how that would take the wind out of your sails.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, until today, I really don't have any super bad ones. But
I love it.
You know what's funny is that I worked on the show notes, and I got my thoughts together on how I wanted to answer these questions hours ago. And then before the show, I popped in to play the game for an hour, and that's when that whole thing went down with me getting kicked out of the group. But this is where my answer was for it.
Okay.
I honestly don't have bad WoW memories.
Yeah. Yep.
But the worst ones I do have are those interactions with people who are just jerks.
Mm-hmm.
And then bam.
Yep.
It slapped me in the face today, man. It just, so yeah, that's probably the worst thing is people either being toxic in dungeons or toxic in chat. I usually ignore it or just kill them with positivity. Just like today, when I got kicked out of that group, I very easily could have messaged them. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Nah.
I'm just not doing that. It's like, if that's what you chose to do. The worst thing about that, I will say, is this. If you get kicked out of a group, you get the dungeon deserter debuff.
Yeah.
That's dirty play.
Yeah.
It was dirty play today because it was 100% not my fault.
Yeah.
Like overpulling, not caring about what your healer's doing. Like there was a myriad of things why it bummed me out a little bit, but and why I had to bring it up on the show. It's like, I'm fine. Everybody, I'm fine. This is not a cry for help. I am fine. But it's just that toxicity. And I always we have tried to do this for a long time. We counter toxicity with positivity.
Oh yeah.
And actually to the point to where it's toxic positivity. I think I just coined a new term in World of Warcraft, toxic positivity, where you kill people with so much love that they have nowhere to go. You want to talk about deflating a situation? Do this in real life. Somebody says something nasty to you or looks at you weird or just whatever, if they're just being a complete douche to you, compliment them and just watch everything deflate. It is so much fun. We've talked about this on the show. We don't flip people off when we drive anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Give them a thumbs down.
Yeah.
It's not positive, but it definitely sparks some confusion.
Holy cow. It sparks something. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's probably the worst thing that I've ever encountered in World of Warcraft, besides like tough wipes and stuff like that. Like that's all part of the game.
Yeah.
But just toxic people.
Yeah.
People who are just out to just cause problems. And I just think, again, we talked about it before, it's all in your attitude.
Yeah.
Your experience is all based on your attitude.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Agreed.
That's where I'm at. Anyway, Riv, thank you very much for the questions. And Cthulhu, thank you very much for the questions. We have some more on the docket that we will select from on another show. As you can see, we took 2 questions and probably 40 minutes talking about them. So we got to space them out a little bit. But anyway, thank you guys for those and keep them coming, and we'll cover more.
Folks, we're going to take a quick break for the lore lesson, and we'll be right back to close out the show. Source condition. Titan Forged records, partial. Ulduar archives, restricted. Curantor transcriptions, incomplete. What follows reflects the verified surviving records, not a complete account. Identification. Name, Odin. Known titles, Allfather, Prime Designate. Gender, male. Race, Titanic Watcher. Affiliations, Pantheon of Order, Ulduar, Valeera. Occupation, Keeper. Former role, Prime Designate of Azeroth. Current status, alive. Nature. Odin is one of the Titan Forged, beings created and empowered by the Pantheon. Among these, he was elevated to the rank of Keeper, the position of authority and responsibility over Azeroth's ordering. Surviving records consistently place Odin among the highest-ranking Titan Forged, both in authority and capability. He was not merely a servant of the Pantheon, he was entrusted to lead. Authority and designation. Odin was granted the title of Prime Designate. This title carried a singular meaning. He was the leader of the Titan Forged on Azeroth. The designation reflects responsibility over command of Titan Forged forces, oversight of key Titan facilities, enforcement of the Pantheon's will. Records attribute this elevation to 3 qualities: leadership, determination, and courage. Cosmic role. Odin's role was not passive. He led the Titan-forged armies in their campaigns against the forces aligned with the old gods. His authority extended beyond battlefield command. He was tasked with maintaining critical Titan structures, including the Forge of Wills and the prison of Yogg-Saron. These responsibilities place Odin at the center of Azeroth's containment and stabilization efforts. Power and origin of strength. Records confirm that Odin was imbued with the power of Aman'Thul, High Father of the Pantheon. This empowerment distinguishes him from other Titan-forged. It establishes Odin not only as a commander, but as a direct extension of the Pantheon's authority. Strategic role. Odin worked alongside Tyr, another of the Keepers. Together, they devised the final plan to bring down Yogg-Saron. This collaboration is consistently cited across surviving records and marks Odin as a central figure in high-level strategic operations. Relationships. Known connections include Helya, identified as a surrogate daughter, Thorum, recorded as a son, Loken, also recorded as a son. These relationships place Odin within a structure of command that extends into both familial and hierarchical bonds. Companions. Odin is consistently associated with 2 companions, Hugin and Munin. Both are referenced as his personal attendants. Positions within Azeroth. Odin's role combines multiple functions: military commander, strategic planner, overseer of Titan systems. His designation as Prime Designate places him above the other Keepers in rank and authority within Azeroth's Titan-forged hierarchy. Status. All surviving records agree Odin is alive. His presence is recorded across multiple locations, though no single fixed position is consistently confirmed in surviving documentation. Closing note. Across fragmented records and surviving Titan accounts, Odin is defined by one constant: authority. Not granted lightly, not shared freely, he was chosen to lead, to command, to oversee. A watcher, elevated beyond his peers, and entrusted with the will of the Pantheon itself. All right, everybody. Well, welcome back. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Push and play. Listen to the episode. We can't thank you enough. Truthfully, we mean it. We grow only because of you. And you guys are sharing the show with friends on Discords. People are always learning about us. I really mean that, because it seems like it's weekly that we're getting people, I just discovered you, or the algorithm just brought you to me. You know, like, we're getting that often. And so welcome all new listeners. And if you guys would please take a moment, if you enjoyed your time here today, share it with your Discord, share it with a friend, leave us a review on any podcast app of choice, leave us a comment, like, subscribe, all that sort of thing. That just helps us out in the algorithm world. We really do appreciate that. And of course, you can always visit our website at AzerothMorningRadio.com. You can always learn more about Cash and myself there. And if you need to get in contact with us directly, you can do so there at the email. Cash.
Friends, we want to connect with you. It doesn't matter if you're part of the Patreon, if you just found us, if you've been playing World of Warcraft for 20 years or been playing for a day. If you heard our show and you like it and you got something to say, we want to hear it. We want to connect with you. We are on all sorts of things. Just as evidence today, if you email us at AzerothMorningRadio@gmail.com and have something really cool to say, there's a pretty darn good chance we're going to cover it on the show. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Patreon. You can find links to all of those at AzerothMorningRadio.com or Facebook.com/AzerothMorningRadio, and so on and so forth. On all of those social media platforms, you will find us. We know our TikTok is slow. We're going to change that in the coming weeks and months. I promise. I am super tapped out right now just because of school and work, and Jibbs is being very patient with me, but I promise to be here week in and week out, unless I get the foul flu again. But anyway, want to contact us? Lots of ways to do so. We'd love to hear from you.
Friends, have a wonderful week in gaming. Thank you so much for hanging out here. Have a great week. I love you guys. Stay safe. Stay awesome. See you next week on AMR.
By the light of the moon.
Job's done.